The next step is for you to develop a very solid and professional portfolio that you can use to show clients your experience. Here is my advice to you, from me to you. And one thing that you have to know is clients will not trust what you tell them on proposal unless you show them, because they know that there are many people that lie about what their experience level is or what they know how to do. They just go and copy things on the internet and they share it with clients. So you need to stand out. And how do you stand out? Is by spending time developing the proposal. Here is my advice to you. Number one, I have a video that I have created that I called optimizing your profile, your Upwork profile, optimizing your Upwork profile. I want you to note that down. After watching this video, I want you to go there and watch that video, because in that video I went in detail and gave you different strategies on how you can build a very solid portfolio that you can use for your project. Whether you are an experienced person coming to the platform or you are someone who is very new, you don't have much experience, you can still build a very solid portfolio. What I'm going to show you here, I'm going to mention the key things that you need to pay attention to. And clients are very, very serious about your portfolio, because your portfolio is what the client this is what the client sees and make a decision whether they want to talk to you or not. So take this very, very serious. All right. So let's go back to the computer and let me show you what you need to do when it comes to developing your portfolio. So guys, so now here is our profile, and so guys, here is our profile, and we are going to go to the portfolio section, which is developing a very professional portfolio. So I'm going to click on the portfolio tab. So here you have different components that you need to pay attention to. So add portfolio project, select a template and add details, and then you can preview. This is basically what you are expected to do. So here, let me just put, say, product manager. So this is just about, they just ask a simple question about enter a brief but descriptive title, right? Of a finance, sorry, of a finance app. All right. Product manager for a finance app. I'll just put for there. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Product managers. Then I'll just put the completion date of this project. I'll put, say, let me just put November 1st. And then you are asked to go and select a template. So there are 3 templates that you have to select from. So you have the gallery template, and then the case study, then the classic. So for each one, we're going to see how it looks like. So let's go to the details. So for the gallery templates, you are asked to kind of, you can add pictures of a project that you've worked on. Let's say for this finance app, probably I've built the application and maybe it has a web application. So I can just add the URL there. Then somebody can go and watch and look at the platform itself. All right. And if I have screenshots of that project, I can add it here, or I'll just add like a file that explains what the project is. But before you add a project on your portfolio, make sure you seek permission from the client. Some clients will report you that this is their project, they did not give you permission. So sometimes it's beneficial if you can just request permission. It's very important that point. All right, so you can add pictures here, and here you can add the skills that you gained, either the skills that you give or the skills that you gain from this experience. And this is also optional. It's not, as you can see in the bracket there, you see that you actually see that this is optional, and you can add any of these skills if you want to. So for me, I'll just add a couple of them, that these are the skills that I got. Then also you can add the project URL, so which is just like, let's say it's a web application or maybe it's a mobile app. If it is in the Google Play Store, you can copy that URL and put it here, or Apple Store, you can just put it here so somebody can go and review the photos of that project. All right. Then you can also add a description of the project. So just make it very simple. You don't have to do too much of critical write up here. What you need to focus on is mainly and providing the role that you play on the project and provide the name of the project. All right. So make sure if you are adding a document, make sure the document is well written and it's well descriptive of that particular product. So normally I prefer to use just photos. I put photos of the project and then I'll just add a link to that particular product, which makes it very easy for me. All right. You can go to preview after here. But I think there is something still that we need, which is this, the description of the project. This is a description. All right. So yeah, you can put a description of the project and then you can see what's remaining here. I think we need to add a file if we are to use this. Anyways, we are not going to use this, so let's just leave it. What you need to do here, you just need to add, this description is important. Let me just give you some concept here. The description is important. So normally the way I organized my own description, number one, I would indicate the problem that I'm solving. So what is the project? Like what problem are you solving on a project? Then number two, I would describe the solution that we develop. And number three, I would describe my role on the project. All right. So the project, the goal of the project, or maybe the problem that you are trying to solve, the solution that you built, and what role did you play in there. So that's really important. All right. Then the next template is basically a case study. So this is something that you have to write a little bit. So your role, what was your role? So I'll say product manager. Okay, that was my role. Then the project task or challenge. What was the problem that you are solving? All right. So I think this one will be a better approach for me, in my opinion. I think doing a case study sometimes is way more better. So here you can just describe the task or the challenge or maybe the problem that you're solving. Let's say it's a finance app. What exactly are you trying to solve? Now you don't need to give out the idea or the business logic of that person that whose project you are using. It's just focus on the product. The product itself, the solution that you provided. Don't go and disclose how the person is going to run their business. That is not ethical. You have to focus on just the problem that we are solving. We are building a finance app which was going to solve problem X, Y, and Z. And then this was what I did. This was my role. I was a product manager. I collected requirements. I analyzed those requirements. I created acceptance criteria. I put the requirements on a backlog using Jira. Those kind of things. You are very specific about what you did. All right. So you have to be specific there. And also you can add a file, you can add a link, and you can provide like a solution. Like what solution? So here you describe the problem, like the challenge, the project challenge, the solution, and then you can put a URL. You can also add your skills. So as you can see here is like a complete case study. You are taken from the top, from the problem, the solution, and also you can provide some skills, okay, or skills and deliverables, some things that you did, like for instance, requirement analysis, what you did on that project, you can add that. So this case study format is very comprehensive, but one thing that I can advise you though, don't overwrite, don't write too much. Just make it very straightforward, go to the point and explain those things that you do, that you those steps that you took or what you did on that project. The next thing is a classic example. So the classic example is basically like the project description you provide. They even give you like an example. Say, for instance, your client's goal for the project, details about your contribution to the project. So these are things that you can simply put there. You also need to add a file if you have a file. Normally, just add pictures like a snapshot of that project. If it is an Excel sheet, just take a screenshot of it and then add it. All right. Then you add your skills and deliverables and so on. So for me, I prefer going with the case study approach, which tells you what the problem is and then what is the solution and so on. And then you can write what contribution did you make. Now, let me explain this other aspect wherein if you are coming from maybe a 9 to 5 job or you've been working, you are someone who is already experienced in the industry, you have a wealth of experience, you are coming on the platform. Now, this is the area where you can add the project that you have worked on before, and you provide proof that you've worked on them. So explain, be concise. You can add as many projects as you want on this portfolio, and clients can review them. Now, the only thing I would say is don't add too many of them. Maybe two or three or four. It relates depending on the specializations that you created. All right. So if you add three or four, that is enough. So when the clients invite you on the interview, focus on a project that you know that is related to that client's requirement. Then you can deal with that project and tell them about the things that you did. So normally, if you are a manager, you have to focus on problems that you solved on that particular project. Now, if you are someone who is just coming from the university and you want to create a portfolio, so here is what my advice to you. This is my professional advice to you. Number one, you can volunteer and then work on a project which you can use. Number two, you can create your own project and work on it and then use that to put it as a portfolio. These are really the easiest way you can create a portfolio that you can showcase. Now, don't go and copy a portfolio or some work that somebody else has done and then you put it here, because clients would use that to interview. And if you don't have the in-depth knowledge, know that some clients are knowledgeable about these areas. They just need somebody to help them because they don't have the time to do it. So if you go and copy somebody else's work and put it here, they will scrutinize you and they will figure it out that you are not the one who did it, because you don't know everything that is in there. So if you want to copy somebody else's work, make sure you are the one who did it. Do it over and over, and you understand what's the entire concept, how to build that particular solution. So for virtual assistants, I would say learn how to manage somebody's calendar, know how to send invites using Calendly, know how to manage Google Calendar and all of those things, those configurations, how to create your signature and all of those things, those basic things. These are just basic things that you can just take snapshots of and put it there, and make sure you explain that you've worked with clients X, or maybe you've worked with Jesse and his calendar was messy. You wanted to manage his calendar. He had like multiple calendars. You brought them together to make sure things are very easy, and they can, with a snapshot, like with a bars view, they can see, he can see all of his appointments for the day. So by just providing that simple explanation, maybe that's what the client is looking for, then it will click with them and then they will invite you for the job. Anyways, guys, I don't want to spend too much time. If you want to watch the details explanation of how you can really, like, because in that video where I talk about optimizing your profile, I actually give examples of projects that you can go into and bring here, especially for new people that are new to this platform, or maybe you don't have much experience, you've not worked before. All right, so the next thing is for us. So basically, I'm not going to add a portfolio, guys. I'm just going to show us how to find a job. So the next thing is for us to look for a job. All right. So how do you look for a job? Now you have all these tabs here. You have this is your profile. We are on our profile. You have this the stats. This is where you will see the number of views. So when you click on the statistics tab, you will see how many people looked at your profile and so on. For now, we don't have any statistics here. Basically our profile is like 70% complete because we've not added like a portfolio, we've not done the verification. So all of those things, when you finish them, your profile will go to 100%. So you have to finish your verification, you have to finish your portfolio, you have to add at least some job experience and all of those things, right? So when you finish those, that does not mean if your profile is not 100%, it does not mean that you cannot apply for a job. You can still apply for a job, just that you will be required to get those badges. For instance, rise in talent and top rated. You need to complete your profile. It has to be 100%. But all of those things will come later. I don't want you to worry about it. I want you to focus on learning how to apply for a job, because when you get a job, Upwork will prompt you that we need this information, and then you get to finish your profile. All right. So here you have these statistics, you have your profile. These are the most important tabs here that you normally use, and the proposal. So when you send a proposal, you will click on that tab, and then you see a list of proposals that you've sent. Here you see the offers that you received. the invitations to interview. If somebody has invited you, you can say. So normally Upwork provides this tooltip that just explains some of these things if you want to learn more about them. So it's important that you just go there and read. So one of my biggest advice that I will give you: learn. When you get to this platform, try to learn as much as you can. You have to somehow get obsessed with the platform and learn the basics about the platform. That's my genuine advice to you. Be obsessed and learn the platform. This is not a magic. This is not a quick win something. But when you crack the code and start getting jobs on Upwork, you are like 1,000 miles ahead of your competition. So you have to make sure you spend that upfront work and learn the platform and understand how it works. So you can see there are different tabs here, and one of the tabs that you'll be like, one of your favorite tabs in the future will be overview or my reports. So when you get to your overview, you'll see how much money you are currently making. So this basically reports how much cash you're currently making, and you see when on Mondays this money is moved here to in review. So this is where the clients will have the chance to review your work, and then it will move on to pending. Pending means this is the whole time. So the client has reviewed, they have approved the money is here now. They are now holding it. If there is any dispute from the client or so, they can still send that money to the client, or they can review the dispute. Now, guys, let me explain what dispute is. If a client disputes something, they will check your screenshots. If you actually did the work, they will not take all of your money and give it to the client. They will just return maybe for some screenshot that you took that are not part of what you are supposed to do. Now I'm going to create a separate video on how you can download the Upwork app and install it on your computer, because I know that's something also you need to know. How do you track on Upwork? It's very important that you understand that. So there is an app. Upwork has an app, a desktop app that you download, you install it, and then that's where you track. So you have to turn it on. You turn it on and then use that to track your daily hours, your hourly rates. So that's only works for hourly contracts. For fixed contracts, you don't need to track. So once it is reviewed, the money will be available to you, and once that cash is available to you, you can withdraw it from here. All right. So now, how do you apply for a job? So normally I just come to this tab here, the Upwork tab. I just click on it. So what Upwork does is that they just filter for you directly. All right. So now complete your profile. So you see Upwork has now reminded me that, oh, Jesse, you need to complete, or I'm not Jesse here, I'm James, right? So you need to complete your profile now. Employment history, past jobs experience. This can increase portfolio. Add your portfolio, education. So some of these things I've done, and some of them I have not done them. But the key ones are the portfolio, your education. We've added that, and you can also see certifications. These are not too important. Other experiences, you can add those as well. So this is just like what I said. They will keep on reminding you to add some of these things. They are not compulsory. So now you can see so now if you come to this tab at the top there and click on it, you will see jobs that best matches your specialization. So my specialization in this case is virtual assistant. So therefore, they are now matching me to virtual assistant jobs. So as you can see here, this is one job. This is another job, virtual executive assistant with design experience. This is another job, assistant agencies are needed. So you can see virtual assistant. So basically, I am matched by the specialization that I provided. So this is a job. This is a job. You can see all of these are jobs that are currently being shown to me so that I can apply. Now we can go recently posted. You can click on recently posted on this other side here. Recently posted. You can see the jobs that are recently posted, as it says. These are jobs that have been just posted. How do you know that? Look here. So you can see here they said posted 45 seconds ago. Simple typing job for freelancers. So you see, so this is a very simple job. Now, these are jobs that have been posted, as you can see. So you can look through and you can go to the bottom. You click on more, you see more jobs. just take your time to review. What I normally advise is always look for jobs that have been posted maybe for the last 1 or 2 hours, all right, that are recently posted. Is very important so that you are on top of those people. So like the way that, let me just explain this part so that you understand. The way when you apply on Upwork, if you are the 20th person that applied, you will be on the second or third page of the job listing. I think they only show like 10 jobs on one page. So you'll be on the third page. And normally clients don't have time to go to the third page. They just look for the first, second. If they don't see what they are looking for, then they will go to the third. But if they've seen like 1 or 2 people that they are interested in, they can just invite them. So it is important that you apply early, or you can boost. I'm going to show you how to boost um, your proposals. But boosting will cost you more connects, and connects are being paid for, so it's not free. So you see, so that's why go for jobs that have been just posted so that you can be on top of the list. All right, so these are the jobs. Now, if you look here, one thing that I want to show you some quick characteristics of a job that I want to show you is one of them is you could see on this tab. Let me zoom out again because I want to show you this. Now you see here, you see where the cursor is. You are seeing this. This is a fixed price job. All right. So it means this is not an hourly rate, it's fixed. And the level of experience is entry level, and the estimated budget is $50 right? So that's what this job is about. These indicators are very important, that you need to understand that this is a fixed price. It is an entry level. The estimated budget is $50. So if you are applying for that, the maximum money that you can get from this job is $50 when Upwork has not taken their 10%. Then if your Upwork take their 10%, of course, it's going to reduce, right? Then again, the other things that I want you to look at is, when was this job posted? It's 1 minute ago, and the title of the job, right? Then you can also see that this job and the payment is unverified. This is really important, guys. If the payment is unverified, I will normally say don't apply for a job wherein the payment is not verified. So what does it mean? It means that the job has been posted, but the person has not paid. They have not, Upwork has not verified their payment system. So if you work on a job like this, especially if it is a fixed price, you work on it and then you submit, what will happen is Upwork will not have any way to charge them for that work unless the client is genuine enough, they pay. Otherwise, you will just have worked for nothing. And another point on that is, don't ever work on a job when you don't receive an offer. They have to offer you, and the money has to be activated. They has to fund the offer. That means the money has been activated. So when you are working, they can actually charge them. That is why it is very important that the payment is verified. Now, so let's look for another job. Now you can see this is also payment is unverified. Payment is unverified. We are having a lot of these jobs here where payment is unverified. Don't Now this is a job that you can apply for. You see the payment verified. It means this person has put their credit card or their debit card is already on the platform. It has been verified that it's working. So basically, Upwork is able to charge them. And they are showing you this information because they want you to know that if you are applying for this job, it is at your own risk. So you have to pay attention to these things, okay? So let's look for a job whose payment is verified, and then let's get into that job, into the details. All right. Now we want to get into the weeds. Okay, best match. Let's go to best match because I want to apply for a job that is a virtual assistant job. This is as on payment unverified, payment verified, right? These virtual assistant agencies are needed, all right? So this is a fixed price. I don't want fixed prices. Okay, this is an hourly rate job. So let's come to this one. Let's see. So that's I want to. So this is an hourly rate. So you can see hourly. So the range is between six to $8 per hour. So it means you can bid between $6 to $8. All right. So even if I have put like $5 on my profile, I can still bid $8 for this job, or I can bid $5, I can bid $6, whatever the case may be. But the client has said that is willing to pay $6 to $8 for anybody who can apply. So it depends on your experience and how well you can write your proposal. All right. So the experience level is intermediate. The estimated time is 1 to 3 months. So this is also another important thing. The estimated time is what? 1 to 3 months, and it is 30 hours plus. So it means you are expected to work 30 hours plus. So it can be 35 hours, it can be 40 hours per week on this particular job. But then the time frame, the length of the project or the length of the employment will be between 1 to 3 months. Now, for me, normally, I don't go in for jobs like this, especially if you are getting started. Don't go in for jobs that are short time, because finding a job on Upwork is difficult. So I would prefer to go for a job that is 3 months to 6 months, so that if I'm on a job for 6 months, at least I would have gained like some amount of a repetition before I can move on to the next job. Secondly, if you gain a job that is my actual preference is 6 months plus job, wherein I'll stay for long. So if I struggle and I gain a job, I want to be there for a couple of months. So staying there for a couple of months, one, it can help me to understand how the platform works. Two, I will not be under pressure. Jobs that are very short term, they give you a lot of pressure for you to deliver quickly, because there is no time. They have like a limited budget and there is limited time. So you are under pressure. But if you are going to work on the job for more than 6 months, sometimes they allow you a month or two to settle. So also you don't have enough connect to keep on applying. So if you have limited connect, like now we have 50 connect, what do? Let's look for jobs that are longer period. All right. That's what we're going to do. So we are not going to look for this particular job. This job meets certain criteria, which is 30 hours plus. It's also a very good indicator. Don't take jobs that are below 30 hours. Look for jobs that are 30 hours plus, because it gives you like a full-time job that you can work on. This is really important, especially when you are starting, especially if you are starting on the platform. 30 hours plus, 6 months plus, that's what you are going to look at. So let's keep on searching. All right. This is also is less than 1 month. This is less than 30 hours. This is not a good fit for us. The budget is fixed. We don't want a fixed job. Now, look at this. Oh my God, this is the job that we are looking for. This seems like a job that is meant for us, right? It's an hourly rate, 5 to 30 hours, and it's an expert level. So this is requiring somebody who is an expert, but the time frame more than 6 months. So it means the person needs you for more than 6 months, and also is less than 30 hours per week. Now, it is less than 30 hours per week. That's a problem for me, but I can still take the job because it is more than 6 months. So we can apply for it. All right. We can still go ahead and look for other jobs. But I think when a job is like that, I normally go in for it. So you have to be patient and look for the jobs that you need. All right. So you have to create this criteria for yourself. I'm still looking. I'm still looking here. I'm still looking here. All right. Here is another job. Here is another one. This one says it's $3 to $5, intermediate skill set, more than 6 months and 30 hours plus. This is the kind of job I will apply for, because it meets all of my criteria. Number one, it has to be more than 6 months. Number two, it has to be 30 hours plus. Number three, it has to be hourly rates. All right. So we are going to apply for this job because that is a job that meets our criteria. Now, when was this job posted? It was posted what? 23 hours ago. So this is almost a day. Now, this is tricky, but because of the purposes of demo, we can still apply for this job. Why is it tricky? Because it has been posted 23 hours ago, almost a day, which means it has received a lot of applications. And also, if you see, the payment is verified. All right. The payment is verified. This is a new client who has not spent any money. They are from Canada. All right. Proposals is still less than 5 proposals. All right. There must be some criteria on this job that has made the, the proposals are less than $5. So let's see. So what do? We can click on this job. Now, guys, I'm walking you through the process of assessing a job and which job you need to apply for. The criteria of selecting a job is left with you. So you have to make that decision. That decision has to come from you. Which job works for you best? But I'm going to give you my own best advice, which is look for these criteria that we discussed. All right. So now spend time to read. The first thing is the payments of the client. The client payment has been verified. The phone number has been verified. The client is in Canada. Then I will also look at how many jobs the client has posted. 3 jobs. There has not been any hired. This client is a member from November 2000 and this. All right, it's a small company. So this is a new client. Based on that information, my available connect is 39. And this, if I send a proposal for this job, it will cost me 16 connects. As you can see there on that side, on the left side there, on the right side rather, you see it will cost me 16 connects. All right. So basically, this is important, guys. You have to look at all of this information, then you will read. And this is a remote job, it's a part-time job, and so on. 3 hours per day, 5 days a week. So it's not more than 30 hours. So the information that the client has provided is not correct. Now the client is saying they only need me for 3 hours per day, it's 5 days a week, and so on and so forth. So it's not more than 30 hours. But they said it's more than 6 hours, but it's not more than 30 hours. So this is false information. This information that the client has provided here is false, because now they are saying they only need you for 3 hours per day. So it's not more than 30 hours. All right. In any case, we are still going to apply because I just want to demonstrate this. Contract to hire. So they are open to contract to hire. Then they have too many questions that they are asking here, like 4 questions. Normally, for me, if a client asks too many questions, too many um how do you call it, screening questions, I don't apply for that job. The reason is we are going to have an interview, and this is just a part-time job. You just need me 3 hours per week. Why would I go and answer like 4 questions on screening? Why would I do that? I just want to meet with you and discuss with you, right? So this is my own way of doing it. The reason is screening questions waste your time. Just go and do all of those answers, and in case you don't get the job, right? So that's why I spend time screening the kind of jobs that I apply for, because it's going to take me time. When applying, I really spend time. I spend my time. I don't rush to apply. I spend my time to develop a proposal, make sure it is straight, it is professional, it is done appropriately. All right. So when I submit my proposal, I want to win the job. So therefore, I select my jobs appropriately. I take my time to select my job. All right, guys, excuse me. Let me just take some water in. Okay. Yeah. So, by the way, I don't know whether you notice, this is move and move. Anyways, all right. All right, guys. So, you don't want to spend too much time on a job that you know that this job is not a good fit for me. So when applying, I select the best job, the best fit for me, and then I spend time to apply for it. That's the game. That's the goal. So here I've looked at all of this, and you can see preferred qualification is English, French, or languages, English, French. You see, this is why this job has gotten like a low turnout. Number one, this person has already said the preference languages is English and French, and there are so many people that don't speak French. So therefore, I don't know why they said I meet the French, the French, the French requirement, but I don't actually. Then, secondly, the client has sent 10 invites. So they have invited 10 people to apply for this job. So I will not apply for a job wherein the client has already, unless that job perfectly meets we are a perfect match. Like my requirements and the job requirements are are a perfect match. All right. Then I will apply. Otherwise, I'll be careful when a job has too many invites sent out. All right. So 4 people have answered to this invite. So the client sent 10 invites. Is still unanswered. Then 4 people have answered the invite. So maybe one person declined the invite. Now, the last viewed by the client has just seen this has just looked at the job post 20 minutes ago. So there is still like less than 5 proposals, right? So many people are not applying. And this normally happens because professional people on the platform, they don't want to waste time. So they don't want to work with clients that are not taking the freelancers seriously. So this is how you analyze a job. You have to go through all of these things and then decide whether this is a good fit for you, and then you hit the apply button. All right. So when you hit the apply button, this is where now you go and write your proposals. Now, if you don't know how to write a proposal, I am not going to write a proposal on this particular video, because I've done like 3 or 4 videos where I showed you step by step how to write a proposal. I even gave examples of proposals that you can use to develop your own method of writing proposals. So if you want to learn those basics, go and watch those videos. Go to the channel and watch those videos. That time that you can spend 2 or 3 minutes to look for those videos will not kill you. Instead, it will help you to improve. It actually shows that you actually want to learn. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to this channel, you know the information that I'm providing is priceless. Please hit the subscribe button now. I'm going to give you a minute to do so. All right, I know you have done so. Thank you. I really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Now, if you this is where you put your proposal, right? So here is the thing. So firstly, your hourly rate has already been entered. That's the default hourly rate. You can go and change it if you want. You can put 10. So normally the hourly rates that you put was $5 per hour, right? You can change that to just 10. All right, you can put that to 10 if you want to put it to 10. So this is the hourly rate is always you can always change it. You can even put it to 3, whatever you want to put. All right, so this is not something that is fixed. So this is your hourly rate. Upwork is going to take 10% of that, and you will receive $1.2. Then schedule rate. Now, this is also a very important feature that I want to talk to you about. Scheduling a rate increase. Now, once a client has hired you, it's very difficult for you to go and negotiate a new rate with them. So normally, so what Upwork has done is to kind of help you, is kind of provide for, let me repeat that again. So what Upwork has done is basically provided you a system that helps you to set your incremental hourly rate, right? So am I saying this right? Okay, let me say it again. So Upwork has created a system wherein you can set when your hourly rates can be increased. So you don't need to negotiate with the clients on that. When the time comes, the hourly rate will just change. So imagine working for a client for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You want your hourly rate to change, right? So having that conversation with the client is very difficult. So therefore, Upwork has created a way for you to just set it automatically. So on an interval base, your hourly rate will just increase automatically. That's what this feature is about. So what you do is you come here. How often do you want your rate increase? Now the client is going to review it to see whether this is something that is aligned with their budget for the long term. All right. So if you want it every 3 months, I think it's very short. I would say every 6 months. So for somebody who is new on the platform, I say make it 6 months or 12 months. If you are a professional, you can say every 3 months my hourly rate should increase. So it depends on the kind of job that you are doing as well. So I'll say 6 months. Every 6 months, I want my hourly rate to increase. So I will say 15%. If you want that, you can even make a custom percentage. Say, for instance, 20%. I want my hourly rate to increase by 20%. Now, when the client is looking at your proposal, they will see these figures. They will see that in 6 months, your hourly rate will be $3.2524, and in 12 months it will be $3.89 for something like that. So you can see if this is what you want, then you can do it. You can make 3 months if you want, and then put here 25%, because since your hourly rate is very low, then the client will be able to see this. All right. So basically, in the space of 12 months, your hourly rate would have doubled to 6 point something. All right, which is, I don't think it's bad. All right, then you can now add your cover letter. So this is where you actually write whatever you want to write for your proposal. So you can greet the client, say hi there, and then you write. Okay, so if you want to know how to write a proposal, please go and watch those 3 videos or 4 videos that I've created. And I'm going to tell you, be patient with me as I walk you through those videos. I am very slow, I know, I already know that. I know you don't have patience, but you have to be patient because I'm coaching you how to become better than myself. All right. So go there and do that, and watch those videos so that you can learn how to write a cover letter properly in a professional and an expert tone. So now, the next thing is for you to answer these questions. Now, like I said, if the questions are too many, mostly I don't go for those jobs because I don't want to waste my time. I want to go for a job wherein I have like one or two questions or at least three questions to just answer, just to screen me, maybe questions that make more sense. It's not about you asking me for everything like you are interviewing me. Why then after that you want to drag me again to an interview as if I don't have anything to do? I don't apply for that. But for a newbie, this is just my own principles. For a newbie, you can do whatever you want. So here you have these questions, you can answer them. Now, when answering these questions, do it in a professional way. Don't go and copy ChatGPT and put them here. People will figure it out. They will know that those answers are ChatGPT-ish. All right. So once you fill all of this information, then come to the next one here and just say, boost your proposal. This is optional. So boosting your proposal, what does that mean? So when a client opens the proposal, like I said, there are different tabs. So they put 10 proposals per page, another page 10, another page 10, something like that. So if the Upwork will just list the first, as you can see on the screen here, the first, the second, and the third and fourth boosted proposal will be at the top of the page. Even if you are the fifth, you are submitting your proposal for number 50, at number 50 or number 60, it does not matter. If you boost your proposal, it will be on that position. If you boost your proposal, if it's for the fourth position, you'll be on the fourth position. If it is on the first position, you'll be on the first position, guys. So it depends on what you on on what you can afford to boost, right? So here you can see somebody has already boosted for the first position, and 23 hours ago is 50 connects. That's what the person put. So I am a new account. I will not, right? I will not put 50 connects. In fact, I don't even have up to 50 connects. But what you need to do is basically to come here. You can put how many you want to boost. Here, there is nobody here on the second position. So I can just put 17 and then I'll be the second person. I boost like that, then I'll be the second person. So you can see I have been listed as the second person there. So you can boost your proposal. Now, when you boost, if somebody else come here and boost, and then maybe the person puts 18 connect, I'll be removed from this second position. I'll be on the third position, and the person will come to the second position. So that's how it works. Basically, I don't want to boost and I don't want to submit this proposal. Once you are done, you can submit the proposal for how many connects? 16 connects. Now you can see that Upwork has increased the number of connects per proposal. It has increased. So you submit the proposal, then the client will receive that proposal. Guys, once the client receives the proposal, the next thing that you have to do is to wait. But I will not say you should wait. Continue to look for those jobs, search, and then look for those jobs and keep applying. Be patient, work on it, be obsessed. All right. All right, so I'm going to stop the sharing now. Now, let me just summarize everything that we have talked about on this video so that you see the big picture. Guys, this video has been, I know it has been very long, but if you have watched up to this level, I know you must have learned one or two things from this video. And I want you to be patient. Work on yourself, work on Upwork, learn, stay thirsty, stay obsessed, and have that raw determination to win. And I can promise you, if you do this consistently and learn and follow all of the instructions that I've provided you, if you watch this video multiple times, then you'll be able to make it. And I want to say that I wish you all the best in your journey. Drop me comments on the comment section. Share this video, like the video, and share it with your community on your social media platforms also. That can help boost the channel and help the channel. Thank you very much and see you on the next one.